guys, it's Mike here with Cooking with Candora. In partnership with Raheem's Care and the Edmonton Food Bank, we'll be cooking 3 meals with you today. Let's go! Now we're going to start our next meal, which is shepherd's pie. We're going to start with the potatoes. You're going to clean your potatoes just like we did last time. You're going to bring it over to the sink. You're going to rub it with your fingers as good as you can until you get all the dirt off. You can either use a peeler like this if you have it at home. And we're just going to stroke down. This one's not cooking. These potatoes are just like that till we get or you can take a paring knife such as this one, just a small knife, and you're just going to put your thumb against the knife like that, and then all you're going to do is you're going to take off a little bit at a time. This does take off more than the peeler, but I find it to be a little bit faster than the peeler for these small potatoes. So we're saying 2 per person. So you're gonna get 8 potatoes. You're gonna have to peel just so it's like that. Doesn't have any of the guts or anything on it. So once you've peeled your potatoes fully, completely, make sure there's no guts or anything on them. You're just going to grab your knife when it's fully cut. You're just going to make them into small cubes because the smaller they are, the faster they cook. Just like that, and then we're going to put them into our... You're going to fill your pot about 3/4 way. You're going to go until it's a rolling boil, just like that. What you're going to do is you're going to slowly add your potatoes. Be careful with the backsplash. If you want, you can put your hand into the cup and then place them in slowly, or you can pour them in just like I did. And they'll probably take about roughly 10 to 15 minutes to cook. We're going to start with preheating your oven at 450. And get that started. So we're going to start at 450 bake. You want it on bake. We're going to saute our onions in this frying pan first. We're just going to do a teaspoon of water, just like last time. A tablespoon, sorry.
Of oil.
Of oil. Then we'll add our onions, finely chopped. And then we're going to fry these until they're translucent again, or see-through, if you will, maybe a little bit shiny. Now that our onions are a little bit translucent, a little bit see-through maybe, we're going to add your ground beef. Your ground beef should be in a package like this. It should be a 1.5 pounds. All you're going to do is squeeze it out like this. And then what I like to do is break it up, just into small little sections. Makes it easier for frying. Again, we want our heat to be medium-high. Use your discretion. You can turn it up or turn it down if it's too high or too low. This is our meat in the pan. What we want to do is we just want to poke it like this, separate it a little bit. You want to turn it into little small pieces. So when you're doing it, just kind of break it up a bit. Just like that. This is what your hamburger should look like when it's done. Just about done. If not done. It's going to have a little bit of grease in it. If you'd like to drain your grease, you can. That's totally up to you. Or you can just leave it in the pan for just a little bit. Then what you're going to do is you're going to grab our shepherd's pie mix. You're going to add it to the hamburger with a 3/4 cup of water. So first you're going to add you're going to open up the package. You're going to sprinkle it all the way around. The water is for the mix. to give it that little bit extra and then you're just going to take the water and slowly stir in your mix. So it's all gone. And you're just gonna okay. Then we got our canned vegetables that we washed and rinsed earlier. We're gonna add those. Then we're just going to fold it in. So you're going to go from the bottom and you're going to lift it up. And just fold it in lightly. You don't want to do it too hard because you get the stuff flying everywhere. You've got a small pan like ours. If you have a bigger pan, then obviously you can do it a little bit faster. And then there is our base mix. This is what it's going to look like. It's going to have very little liquid in it, just a little bit, just to moisten it. But this is what it should look like when it's evaporated and cooked into the hamburger. After you boiled your potatoes and you poke them with a fork and the fork goes all the way through, that means that they're done. So we're just going to strain them into the strainer, just like that. Use a little bit of water, just rinse off some of the and then we'll just go back into the pot. We're going to start our potato mixture for the top of our shepherd's pie. We have our potatoes mashed in the bowl. We're going to add 15 mils and 15 mils until you get to the line there. You can see the markage on your butter. So you're going to do 30 mils, so 2 15s, and you're going to do 2 tablespoons of vegetable broth. We're going to use that instead of milk. We're going to do a dairy-free potatoes. So you're going to put that all in. You're going to mash it. We're going to start doing our shepherd's pie dish. We're going to start with our meat filling, which goes at the bottom. So what I recommend doing is putting a couple scoops in. You can use any dish that you want, any kind of baking dish you can put in the oven. We're going to use a metal one because that's what we have. But all you're going to do is you're going to just push it down with your utensil that you're using to scoop out with. You want to make sure it's uniform all the way around. That means level to the same thickness all the way around, just like that. Now we're going to add our potato mixture. Then we're just going to scoop it on like that. I like to do two scoops, and then you start spreading it. So you're just going to slowly spread it onto the pan or into the dish, whatever you're using. Make sure that it's all, of course, it's going to do that. We can get some more here, since we have some more. We're going to make it so we see no more of the bottom filling. I want to make sure it's completely covered with the potatoes. Uniform, just like that. We're going to take this and we're going to stick it in the oven at 450 for 20 minutes. or until this is all brown and crispy golden goodness. So we have our oven preheating. We're just gonna put that in there, 20 minutes. So this is what your shepherd's pie should look like. Your meat on the bottom, your potatoes on the top. A little bit of the side view. Everybody gets a portion like that. Maybe a little bit bigger if you're an adult. But yeah, that's it.